Majority of visits that I have made to Palestine were as a non-Muslim. What I saw there was an absolute commitment to generosity of visitors, steadfastness and determination to stay in their land. And I could not ignore, as a journalist, the fact that there was clearly not only oppression, but an apartheid oppression upon the people there. I wrote about meeting the Palestinians in my early visits in the most truthful wording that I had, and it was this, that it felt like I was visiting an alien nation of people who were so good, so steadfast and so patient that they did not seem to me recognizably human. They were superhuman. In fact, I got a little bit annoyed with the Palestinians when I met them at first because I thought they had Stockholm syndrome. Because not only were they not determined to hate all Jews or just take Jewish life, they said, Allah will sort this out for us. Allah is our judge. We must be steadfast. And I was so angry that I said, you really need to be resisting this in a different way. So my question to the international community is, why don't you recognize that actually the Palestinian people have been the most patient people on earth under oppression? I think we can summarize the victory for the Palestinian people in Gaza as this. Number one, you cannot defeat an idea. The idea of freedom, the idea of having your land, the ideal of worshipping in Al-Aqsa and protecting it for the Ummah. Subhanallah. And you also can never defeat a people for whom death is not the end. We do not fear death. The Palestinians do not look for it. They love their children more than any nation I have visited on earth. And they value them and they want a good life. But when Allah chooses for them to go, they say, Alhamdulillah, Shukrullah, it's written, and our dead are in Jannah. How can you break the back of those people? But what Israel is doing is making this dunya so miserable in so many illegal ways that they want to break maybe the rest of us. The Palestinians won't break. We must not allow ourselves to break. And I have a message as well to all our social media activists and all people who are engaging with this question. Please don't think about yourself. Maybe you need to cry. Fine, crying is normal. But don't say, I have compassion fatigue. Don't say, I need a break from all of this horror. That is to turn off your humanity. That is to be, frankly, a weakened human being. Now is the time to stay strong. And my other message is this. We talk about boycott, boycott, boycott. Fine. We've had boycotts before, okay, of Israeli products, and then people forget and they don't check the label. What we need to be talking about right now is cancelling. Cancel your American subscriptions if you're from the Muslim world. Cancel any products from America. We need to get behind Israel. We need to cancel Disney. We need to cancel Amazon. We need to cancel all of those major collaborations. Starbucks, finish them forever. KFC, seriously. You have local chicken products that you can buy and enjoy. We need to build up our ummah, build up our spaces, inshallah, and not be so reliant, because clearly the American system is built out of a hatred for Muslims. All we're seeing at the moment is the mass death of Palestinians. We are not seeing or being allowed to see the fear and the terror that is going on inside Israel. In Israel, their economy is in free fall. I read an economist, a reputable source, saying Israel is losing $250 million a day from its economy. They have doubled their unemployment rate since October the 8th. They cannot do a long war. They can only kill women and children. This is the other thing, because their fighters are not brave, because they fear the resistance. And my message as well to my brothers and sisters on social media is, stop selling out the Palestinian resistance. Know the facts. Under international law, every occupied people has a right to resist with an armed struggle. You are not on the ground. If you don't feel you can say respect to the struggle, how about say nothing? to every Palestinian, Masjid al-Aqsa and Jerusalem is the capital of Palestine. They have been resisting its takeover for almost 100 years, but specifically for 75 years. And I say this to the Ummah, if it wasn't for the Palestinians, maybe since 1948, we wouldn't have had one salah there, not one sujood there. It is their stones. It is the women's steadfastness who go there and pray at Fajr, even though they're beaten with sticks, even though now the protectors of Al-Aqsa are being taken into custody. They are being attacked right now. Since October the 7th, 43 days now, Al-Aqsa has been virtually closed. Nobody is talking about this. Do not let the world take Al-Aqsa from us. Allah will protect it and the Palestinians will protect it, but we need to be protective of our Al-Aqsa as well. The best advocates for changing the Western mindset are the Palestinians themselves and specifically the people of Gaza. What we're seeing now is a deluge of people finding an interest in the Quran, in a meaning in life, because I'm telling you, if I wasn't Muslim right now, with my love of Palestine and care for humanity, I would be either suicidal or murderous, because it's too much for the human soul to take in that dunya is like this. But with the Holy Quran, knowing Allah Ta'ala, this dunya, it makes a sense and it beautifies our hearts. I remember in 2001, after 9/11, that it was said that 500,000 Americans bought the Holy Quran. After October the 7th, this October the 7th, a legendary day in the Ummah's history. Yes, we can say that people are now picking up the Quran because of the steadfastness and sabr of the people of Gaza specifically, to find the beauty in the Quran. How many millions will accept Islam because of this? Only Allah knows. We're at a tipping point in history. Don't be downhearted, be steadfast. Be strong, carry on the struggle however you can. Palestinian lives are not expendable. A child's life in Gaza is not less than a child's life in Paris or Rome. We have to value these lives. And I'd like to put out a call to my fellow journalists in the mainstream media. I know a lot of you are feeling very hypocritical right now, that secretly you talk amongst yourselves. I'm telling you, if you leave for justice, justice will be with you for your life. If you're at the BBC now or Sky News or any of those American channels which you know are telling lies and are not doing true reporting, quit, join together, send letters to the management, demand that they explain themselves and leave. Allah will find you better work. It is better to have your ethics than a job you don't believe. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. My dear brothers and sisters, stay strong. Change is never easy. The end of colonization is always bloody. And the end of the American hegemony on earth is going to be difficult, but inshallah, Allah will give us victory. Stay strong.